A Dutch company has invented the world's first electronic joint. That's right. Dutch manufacturers E-Njoint claim that the e-spliff is totally harmless, contains no tobacco, nicotine, or even THC. So just to be clear, what's going on here is the THC, that's the part that's sort of the mental high that's going to make you laugh and all that. But the stuff that has the medicinal benefits is not. So you can get the medicinal benefits without having the other part of it. We've got an image of the E-Joint, the E-Njoint. It looks like an e-cigarette basically, but nice marijuana leaf, so you know what you're doing there, not to confuse you. It's got the shape of real joint, obviously. A chrome-plated tip where the cannabis leaf lights up with every puff. It's available in 6 fruit flavors, and there are currently 10,000 of these things sold every day in Europe. And you know, they want to get it, of course, to Amsterdam, where weed is already legal. Although they've been taking back some of their rights on that. Pretty good, right? This seems all good. We got no problem with weed at this table, I hope.
I mean, no,
I'm surprised. First of all, way to innovate the Dutch. They're the ones that that started to tax prostitutes. They're like, hey, if there's a supply, or if there's a demand, let's supply it, and that's what they're doing here. I'm surprised that there's only 6 flavors.
Yeah, the prostitutes literally have a union. They're in a union, and they have to go for STD testing every so often and all that. And then the government makes money off it. So this could be another example of that. So if you took the mental high and this was just medicinal, is there anything wrong with this at any level that you can think of?
But I don't think there's anything wrong with just smoking weed anyways. But I mean, like, I could see the benefit to this if there's like a child or something, that would need the medical benefits of something without getting high. Obviously, you don't want to be like, oh, here, little Johnny, take this weed and smoke it. But if it helps them, really pain, then I totally agree with that. But whenever I first read this article, to be honest, like, I kind of laughed a little bit. I'm like, okay, so it's got no nicotine, it's got no tobacco, it's got no THC, but it's got like this marijuana leaf on it, and people are like getting all excited about it. People are like, oh, look at this awesome new thing. And I'm like, well, first of all, I've seen electronic joints for a long time, so this isn't like something that was new or shocking to me.
Right.
But the fact that they're able to take out all of those things and use it for purely medicinal purposes is exciting. So that's a good thing.
Do we need this in America? Or do we just need to get it legalized, period, the way it's going from state to state right now? And that
exactly.
We should just legalize, period.
It's like, I mean, they're taxing prostitution and stuff. Why don't we tax marijuana? I mean, that would help so many things.
Yeah, Detroit, take some notes off of Amsterdam. They're real innovative, Find new business ventures to invest in.
They're cutting off water in Detroit, as we did in the other segment, where maybe a little weed profiteering might be good for them.
Or taxing the hookers. There's a lot in Detroit.
Yeah. What do you make of the people that I can, at some level, even though I don't agree with them, I can somehow get the people that don't want people to be stoned because they're going to be stupid in driving. I don't agree with it, and there's nothing true about it. But what about the people that are still saying no for medicinal purposes?
I saw that too. They thought it was a gateway. Everything is a gateway.
Everything's a gateway.
Everything's a damn. I mean, come on. Alcohol.
Baby food's a gateway to regular food.
Well, I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Well, but everything's a gateway. You could take
away
away weed, and then they would just, and something else would be, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it as a...
It's crazy, especially since there's nothing in this that would be addictive, that would be a gateway to anything. It's not even going to get you high.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much taking medicine.
So is it because Big Pharma's not behind this yet? Is that the idea? Because we love everything in pill form. So if there were medicinal benefits to this in this form, until Big Pharma's behind it, we never get the marketing to get everyone ginned up for it,
Maybe to a degree, just because people almost need to be convinced of things. Like, they think that, oh my God, it's got a marijuana leaf on it.
Yeah.
People have to feel like they can profit off of it, I think. I think once you get a big company behind it, manufacturing it, just like Big Tobacco in the 80s and the 90s, and Pfizer and the other big drug companies, once you get a big corporation behind it who's, donating money to major political campaigns, everyone's going to be back on board, especially as you guys are saying, there's no actual negative side effects to impair judgment, right? That's
what they're telling us, and if they're telling us, then we got to believe them.
Right.
Would that appeal to you to smoke something that you would get sort of none of the mental stuff of weed, but just get the physical stuff? Your shoulder hurts, you smoke that, you feel a little better instead of taking Advil or something.
If I had a choice, I probably would, want the THC in there, but
you take a little THC.
Yeah, the real stuff.
Could you maybe sprinkle it on top? I don't know how that works.
THC sprinkles, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something else.
Inject some marijuanas.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, legalize it, for God's sakes, every week with the weed. Come on, kids.